Good morning, good afternoon, good day. So here we've got the new Maple Leaf Crazy Jet barrel. This is a 370mm barrel. Going to be installing a super 60-degree bucking, Prowler fast hop. Now with these types of installs, I always use PTFE under and over the bucking. Good afternoon, Hutchie. So what we're going to do first is, so the bucking lip, you run a bit of PTFE just tight underneath it, and then what I do, I roll it down the barrel just to cover this groove here. So the groove inside the barrel, which runs down here, you can either use a silicone sealant inside there. This ensures there's no air going to get distributed out here to create an air seal leak. That's the first thing I do. To be fair, on most of my installs now, this has the same effect on them all. Just ensuring this seal from your bucking lip along the groove inside here. Then we get the bucking. Now we don't need the metal O-ring clip, it's not a gas blowback. And the good thing about the Crazy Jet Super buckings are these two alignment tabs on the bucking itself. That shows you the central for your nub inside. So install that and just push that over. Just have a look down the barrel, make sure the nub is in the correct location. So the camera's not going to focus here, but just ensure that that's installed. Don't think the camera's going to focus. No, it's not going to. So just ensure that you've got clear access in your barrel grooves for the nub inside, that it's central. Now what I do now, again, I'll get some PTFE. Just over the edge of the bucking, I'll install one little wrap along it. just one little edge over the top of it there. It's just enough so it doesn't leak air from there. And what sometimes happens when you push it inside the fast top, this will roll down, but it'll create like a tiny O-ring over there. Again, keep checking your alignment. Now this is going to go into the new A2 gspec, which we'll see that in a moment. Trickiest bit in installing these buckings, because they are very tight when you install them, you can add a little bit of grease on the outside of the bucking. It only needs a tiny tab. I'll just use a little tiny bit of silverback grease. Doesn't need much, just enough to help it guide into the fast top unit. Now the best thing I've found as well to use is this is, I think it's like an 8mm drill bit. So I push the drill bit inside the bucking so it's just wide enough to fit in the barrel. This way, so when you're installing it, it helps that bucking from deforming when you push it inside the fast top. So you can use a little drill bit, drop it inside there. And now with your two alignment tabs on your bucking, and we've greased it up, it's very much a plunging motion. So you want to go forwards and backwards, pushing that bucking in, because like I say, these are very tight. Like so, and you use your two alignment tabs on the bucking. You can just see those there, so you know that they're inside your fast top. We'll pull that out again. Like I say, it's nice and easy to install. And what's happened here, there's pushed, like I said, it's pushed over that PTFE back at the very back of that bucking. So it doesn't matter, that's just something what I do, and using that helps you push it in. We'll go again. That was quite an easy. So again, just pushing forwards and backwards, kind of plunging that bucking in so it's nice and tight. Using your alignment tabs on the bucking, just enough. You don't want to push it in too far because you don't want to deform your lips of your bucking, and having the drill bit inside helps you keep it from deforming itself. So that's that part done. I'll take that out now. Important is just to check inside, making sure that there's no any parts of the bucking deforming, and that your nub is still in its correct location. So get a little, what I do is get a little ruler or a little piece here and just push it, make sure that that's still in the central place, which it is. So that's that. And then just put your rest in the O-ring and your base of your hop unit. Push that on like so. Tighten up the grub screws. Again, don't over tighten these, just so it touches on your barrel, because you don't want to move it and misalign it internally. Once the hop unit's inside your outer barrel, it's not going to move too much. So you're just doing it just enough so you can feel it biting, and that's all you need to do on those grub screws. I have a 60-degree rubber Prowler, so we're going to use the rubber Prowler nub. And your little arm. Always need smaller fingers on this. Trying to do it under the camera. And your location pin, which is a nightmare. Make sure you do this over a surface that if you drop it, you're not going to lose it. Learned that a few times. So once that's installed, dial your hop. You're not going to be able to see this, but just dial your hop around, making sure that we are in a central location. It's not going to let me show you this, unfortunately. I don't think the camera's going to pick that up, but there you can see that it's in the center. Give it a couple of winds so it pings back up, and a little turn just to hold that back in place. And that's it. That's all I do installing Crazy Jet barrel, super 60-degree bucking, super degree rubber Prowler nub in a fast top, bit of PTFE over and under it. Now I'll install this inside the new A2 gspec kit. The new A2 comes as a two-piece part. This is obviously your first piece, which goes over. So you can see that's where it's been used before. Then slide it over. Our barrel. So these two holes here are for your stock hop unit adjusters. And with the new A2, there is one on top and there's one under. The one under is not essential, it never has been really needed, but I still put them both back in. This one just barely touches, just enough so it doesn't stick out, so it doesn't catch your receiver when you're pushing that in. And with the new A2 gspec kit, it is no longer a solid, so you get your little barrel spacers. So I'll push the barrel, it's short, it's not a long outer barrel and not a long inner barrel. I'll only use one. Is that. So that's a 370mm inside a gspec. Now we'll do the infamous check for seal. How you doing, guys? Sorry if I've missed any questions. When installing your outer barrel, I use the receiver and the head, the piston head, as a guide. So we will try and slide this in. See what I'm doing here. Just centre on those nubs, grub screws up again just before finally, because one was sticking out a little bit, it was catching. Bit of a ball ache this part. So now we've got that. That's it. So when you push in your hop unit, always push it inside your head and then just tighten this up. So your lock screw, and then your 4 final locking points. Now I've pushed the bucking in and out 3 or 4 times in that hop unit, so I'm not 100% if I'm certain if it's going to seal 100% first time, but if it doesn't, I'll just repeat what I did with the same. We've got Snipe Mechanics 4-weight wasp. As you can see, I went with a 370mm barrel. So it will be suppressed by about half the length of the suppressor. But with a 300mm barrel in the new A2, it's hard to test the seal. You can't get your finger all the way down your M-lock rail. So with a 370mm barrel, makes it a bit easier. And we'll check now if we've got. There we go. That's 100% Airseal. Using a new Crazy Jet barrel and Super 60 bucking Prowler nub inside the fast hop. By doing those little steps first with the PTFE underneath your barrel, over the top of your barrel, use a little drill bit inside your hop unit, so when you're pushing that bucking the barrel into your hop unit, it saves it from deforming backing on itself. You'll know you can only push it so far in so the lips don't fold back on themselves, so that's another little point just to look at. use the alignment tabs on the bucking by pushing it into the fast top, and that's all you need to do. And as you can see, 100% air seal. So thanks for watching, guys. I will save this little guide on my IGTV, and I'll save the video as well, just so it helps people understand and how to get that 100% seal without having to keep pulling it apart. But other than that, thanks very much. Take care.